watch your man, then you should watch your mouth. Bitches is pressed, administer mouth to mouth. You know what I am about? Attention, I'ma need you to face front.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Ashley, and make sure you are already subscribed to my channel. Make sure you hit that bell so you know you get notification when I post or whatever. But if you're not new, hey girl, what's rapping? Oh hey boy, what's rapping? Okay, so I haven't been on this joint in a minute. Like, so much stuff has been going on. I've been in school, I've been at work, I've honestly just been all over the place. Like, with YouTube, I haven't been posting because, honestly speaking, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat anything. I've just really been uninspired and I haven't been making the time for it. So I have a couple things in mind for my channel, but as I get that sorted out, like for now, I'll just be posting, you know, just not random shit, but random shit. Okay, so why not do a story time? Let's do a story time. Okay, before I even get into that, like, don't you hate when you introduce two people to each other and then they end up becoming closer than you were with them? That low-key don't have nothing to do with the story time, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. Yeah, so in my freshman year in high school, I went to I'm not gonna say the school's name, but I went to a predominantly Caucasian school and a predominantly Hispanic school. So, like, it was like, I promise you, it was like 10 black kids in there. So, like, we were all just like mad close. Like, we really just stuck together because I'm not trying to sound any type of way, but we legit stuck together. It's kind of hot. Yeah, like, we stuck together. And in the midst of, like, that was automatically, I guess, my circle, because, like, I don't want to sound any type of way again, but because, like, we're all black. Like, that's one thing we had in common off rip. So, yeah. So, basically, 3 people in this story. So, it's myself, the girl, we're gonna name her Alicia, and the boy, we're gonna name her, my bad, we're gonna name him Jerome. So it's me, Alicia, and Jerome, right? So I'm cool with Jerome, I'm cool with Alicia. Like, again, we're just all mad cool, because it's just like, yo, we're just mad cool. Like, I was a freshman, she was a freshman, and he was a junior at the time. So yeah, it was me, Alicia, and Jerome. But yeah, getting to the point, like, me and Jerome, like, you know when you just meet somebody and y'all click, like, from the bat? Like, me and Jerome, like, we clicked, not in like a romantic way or anything like that. We just clicked. Like, that was really my son. That still is my son, but we don't even speak like that anymore. But yeah, that really was my son. So he was putting me on, like, oh, I think I'm feeling Alicia, whatever the case was. I was like, boom, whoop. I was like, boom, I got you. You know, I put in a word. I was like, oh, Alicia, Jerome is feeling you. She was like, oh, how you know? Like, over, like, I already knew she was feeling him. So, you know, I was being the friend I am. Like, I'm about to shut that joint up. Know what I'm saying? So I set it up. I was like, yo, if I told him to come over here, like, are you gonna, like, you know, give him the number? Do I gotta do I gotta give your number to him? Like, what's the word? She was like, okay, tell him to come over here. Put in a word, told Jerome, go over there. I started talking, you know, me being Cupid, I'm there looking at dumb, like, look at my work. Look at my work. So they started talking. Everything's cool. But keep in mind, like I said, me and Jerome, like, we clicked. Like, I was closer to him than I was with everybody else. And, like, all jokes aside, that happened years ago. But, like, to keep it a buck with y'all, to keep it a buck with myself, like, there was really no type of feelings there whatsoever. Like, and Part of that reason was, sorry Jerome if you are seeing this, I never told you this, but I'm about to say it right now. Okay, so part of the reason like I wasn't attracted to him was because like he was really flamboyant, and at first I thought he was gay, and I always wanted a gay boy best friend. Like they're mad cool, they're mad funny, so that's part of the reason why, you know, we just clicked. But when he told me he was feeling Alicia, I was like, oh, so he's not gay, or yeah, okay, but that's beside the point. But he was really flamboyant, like we got along so good. He always made me laugh, like we were just mad cool. Like that was my son. So they chopping it up, they talking, they started dating or whatever the case was. And that whole freshman year, like I was not talking to nobody in that school. Like I had a little thing outside of school, you know what I'm saying? Like especially because like it was like 10 of us, like as a group, because you know we, you know, black or whatever. Because it was like 10 of us, like there wasn't really, I was not about to put myself in that position. That would just mean like everybody in the, no, I was just not doing that. I came into the school with, you know, my junior high school boyfriend. James, I know you watching this. What's up? No, I'm saying, what's up? So yeah, like that didn't work out, but that's beside the point. Like I wasn't attracted to anybody in that school. One, I already had somebody. Like it just wasn't, it was nothing. Me setting up Jerome and Alicia did not change my relationship with Jerome. It did not change his relationship with me. We still spoke. I don't know, like I personally thought like everything was all good. And me, Jerome was always talking. We was always on the phone. We was always on FaceTime. Like it was just, that was my bro. Like we were just mad cool. Like at the time, like looking back now, I could understand. Like at the time I didn't understand, because like, you know, when you're friends with someone and of the opposite sex and they have a girlfriend, it's like when you know it's really nothing, you're not going to think anything of it, and you're going to question like, yo, why is this girl mad because I'm cool with her boyfriend, but it's really nothing going on. Like at the time that was my mindset. But now looking back, like I've been in both positions. I've been the girlfriend and I've been the friend that's just like, yo, there's really nothing going on. Why is this girl mad? But yeah, like at the time I was young. I really didn't understand. But yeah, so there was just one time we were in the lunchroom. Think of your school's lunchroom times 50. I promise you, my school held up to 6,000 to 7,000 people. There were so many people in that lunchroom. That lunchroom was so huge. Like it was ridiculous. Lunch was so, that lunchroom was humongous. I don't know the purpose of that, but I don't know the relevance to what I just said. But yeah, so basically we're at lunch, and ironically enough, it was only 4 of us in that lunch period that actually had that. It was only 4 of them that actually had that lunch period, but I had cut class that day, which I shouldn't have done because this is what got me into trouble. So I cut class, went to their lunch period, and like we was just all chilling. But I guess they was going through something, but Jerome didn't tell me that they were going through something. Like I guess he, like, and that's the thing, like when they were going through something, as close as we were, he never put me on. So it was just like, I just didn't know. So yeah, so I'm sitting, okay, so there's this is one lunch table, this is another lunch table. I'm sitting at this lunch table, but I'm facing, like my legs isn't inside, like I'm facing this lunch table. And me and Jerome, we chopping it up or whatever the case was. Like I don't think to ask him about like, why you not with your girl. Like listen, there was just, I wasn't thinking to ask him like, oh, why you with me? Why you not with your girl? Like that wasn't crossing my mind. Like I don't care, and that's what this girl failed to understand. Like I don't care. Okay, so basically we were in the lunchroom. Jerome sit next to me, we chopping it up, and Alicia is minding her business, like she on her phone. And like where we were sitting by the dean, and that dean is mad cool. Like shout outs to you. And it was, as big as that lunchroom was, it was only like that was the relevance of the size of the lunchroom. As big as that lunchroom was, there was like 1 security guard, 1 dean, and the principal. The principal's on the far end, the dean is on my end, and the security guard is like in the middle, like where the entrance is, where you come in. So anyway, fast forward, me and Jerome talking or whatever the case was, and oh, there's 4 people in the story. The 4th person is another girl who was a mutual friend of all of us, but like me and her were closer than I was with Alicia. So she comes up to me, she's like, we're gonna name her Dove. So Dove comes up to me like, oh, Alicia, she not fucking with you. I'm like, why? At this point, I'm laughing because I thought she was joking, because me and Alicia had no beef. Well, there was no beef on my end because, like, girl, I don't really talk to you like that. You feel me? Like, it's a high and by. I'm cool with you. You black, I'm black. We all hang out with the same people, but the people I really do speak to is Jerome, Dove, and this other boy. I'm like, why? She's like, oh, because Jerome spend more time with you than he does with her. Yo, when I tell you, I had to go up to her because I had to really clear the air. Like, I went up to her and I was calm. As much of a hothead that I was, like, y'all don't even know, like, I really calmed down from then. But I went up to her with no intentions of fighting. I went up to her with no intentions of arguing. I just wanted to let shorty know what it was. I went up to her and I calmly said, word is that you're not speaking to me. Like, I thought we were cool. And that's just the type of person I am. Like, if I feel like we're genuinely cool or we're genuinely friends, like, I'm not gonna press you. Like, I don't press people, I simply ask questions. So I was like, yo, word is that you're mad at me. Like, what's up with that? Well, she stays mute. So then I'm looking at Dove, because Dove had came with me. I'm looking at Dove. I'm like, so I walk away. I go to Jerome. I'm like, yo, why is your girl not talking to me? He was like, and at that point I knew, like, it was really something, because he let out that sigh. And like I said, when they was going through something, he never put me on. Like, I wasn't that person, I guess, that he just never put anybody on. Actually, at the end of this situation, he told me, like, he's not the type of person to spread him and his girl business, and honestly, I respect that. So he let out this sigh. He was like, ugh. I'm like, what happened? Like, what's the deal? Like, why isn't she talking to me? He goes, oh, because she think I like you. And at that point, I'm like, Jerome, why are you over here then if you already think shorty, if shorty already think that you have a thing for me? Like, why? Like, why are you not with your girl? And he was like, oh, because we started arguing last night, and he was just talking, he was just saying mad shit, like, oh, she's hard-headed, yada yada yada, boom boom boom, this that and third, like, and he's just like me. Like, we knew we wasn't, like, there was nothing there. So for most of the conversation, like, we was weak, and she peeped that we were weak, and she comes over to me. This is where you messed up. She comes over to me like, oh, it's something funny, y'all laughing and you looking at me. Sweetie, I was not looking your way at all. Like, you wouldn't even know that if I was looking at you, if I really was looking at you, if you wasn't looking at me. So what are you talking about? But I ain't say all that. Like, I looked at her, and just like she was mute to me, I was mute to her, and I started laughing with Jerome. But Jerome, like, he wasn't really in the mix, so like, he low-key stopped. So I low-key looked dumb, but I ain't care. Like, don't do that. Like, don't try to press me when I came to you as a friend and asked you what was up with you and want to speak. Now you want to speak? No, that's not how it goes. So I muted her out. Like, I just was ignoring her. And she goes, oh, now you don't want to talk. Bro, what? What? Nah, like, you're really bugging. Now I don't want to talk. And like I said, I was a hothead then. So she's like, oh, now you don't want to talk. So I turned around, looked at this girl. I was like, Alicia, get out my face before you get slapped. And I left it at that. And like, the people that was around us, heard and everybody's looking, because it's just like nobody even knew where that came from. Nobody saw when I approached her and asked her the question, mad calm. Nobody saw that part, but they saw like when she approached me. So it's just like, number one, I'm not about to look pussy for you. Two, I'm not about to fight you over a dude that is legit just my friend. So all of that, like, I would say back then I would pick and choose my battles, but like I have a hot temper. Like I get mad so quick. So for her to even come to me like that, like, you're really bugging. Like that's where you messed up. I told her, I said, Alicia, get out of my face before you get smacked. So she's like, oh, you gonna smack me? And mind you, I'm taller than her, like not that much taller, but I'm right here, and like shorty's like right here. So she's low-key looking up like, oh. Then she starts doing this. Once you start doing this, and like, being the type of person I was, like, I know my strength. And back then, it did not take a lot for me to put my hands on somebody. Like, I was really quick to fight. Because, listen. So at that point, I remember that day perfectly too. Oh man. So at that point, I had like a little bob. So, you know, my ponytail was like this. That was the end of my ponytail. So at that point, I'm just like woo sign, putting my hair in a ponytail. Mad calm, like mad slow, because like I said, I wasn't about to swing first. So I honestly forgot the argument. Is really not relevant, but we was going back and forth for a minute. And at that point, I was like, yo, Jerome, get your girlfriend before I cut up. Like, you say that was my words. So then he's like pulling her. He's like, nah, come on, like, just leave it. And he was like, they started arguing, and he was just like, yo, you're mad for no reason. And me being me, I was imping it. I was like, exactly, you're mad for no reason. Like, I was just provoking the situation. I wish I could have handled it better, but I really don't care. Like, just don't do that. At that point, I was provoking it. I was like, yeah, you're mad for no reason. And then, like, Jerome had stopped talking to me after this comment that I said. I was like, you're just mad because he wanted right? He got tight at me. But it was just like, yo, your girlfriend started. Like, oh, man. So as soon as I said that, like, that's when, like, she tried to be Sonic and like maneuver around people. And I'm just looking at her like, sweetie, if you really wanted to get to me, you would have got to me. I'm standing right here. And I'm just standing like, yo, this girl is really like brave. So I don't know what she said that triggered. Like, so I know. Then Dove started pulling me like towards the exit. She was like, yo, if you get caught fighting, you're gonna get in trouble, because number one, like, she spoke sense into me, but like at the same time, she was an instigator, which I personally didn't like, but I kind of think that she was still looking out for me in a way. So she was like, this is not your lunch period, you know you're gonna get in trouble, like. And then she referred back to this other fight that happened like early in that week. She was like, this ain't your lunch period, you're gonna get in trouble, you're gonna get suspended, it's not worth it, yada yada yada. And in my head, I'm like, but you told me about this girl. Like, if you didn't tell me that she wasn't messing with me, like, none of this probably would have even happened. But then at the time, I wasn't thinking like that. So I don't know, I think she called me a dumb no, don't you ever call me out my name. Are you smacked? Don't call me out my name. So I heard that, and what got me it wasn't that she called me out my name that got me tight. It was when I was walking away, she did all of that. And I'm just like, I hate people who make shows. So, yo, when I tell you, I turned around with the quickness and I ran towards her. And I promise you, like, the way I leaped to hit this girl, literally, the dean caught me. The dean caught me and carried me outside. At that point, I was so heated. Like, I just wanted to... at that point, I wanted to punch her face in. But looking back at it, it was just like, yo, all of that could have been avoided. It really wasn't even necessary. Like, me and Jerome... had nothing going on. Like, you was really mad for what? Like, I hate insecure females. So that's really it for the story time. I got suspended, and the suspension thing, this is a part 2 to the stories, but I'm gonna save that for another time. So I got suspended, and yeah, I got suspended. Now that day was really funny. And then what got me even more tight was we literally live in the same hood. Like, you live walking distance. If you really wanted to beat me, you could have beat me. But we're not even gonna get into that. But I'm a changed woman, you know. But the lesson of it all is, put yourself into the shoes of, you know, the girlfriend sometimes, because you got to look at it from both point of views. You could know it's nothing, but to avoid problems, like, not to say cut ties with your friend, but sometimes it's just really not worth it. Like, some girls could really be insecure. You just never know. You don't know what they go through. You don't know what they've been through. So yeah, like, what I feel like I could have done differently, I should have never provoked the situation, and I should have never, like once I knew that was the case, that when he put me on at the time, like, oh, she think I like you, I should have just approached her again, like, Jerome just told me what's up, or whatever the case was, and that's really not what it is. But if you want, like, I can fall back, because I know what that's like. Like, I could have done that, but like I said, I was young. I was a hothead. My mentality then is not the mentality that I have now, which I thank God for. Thank God for growth. Thank God for growth. But yeah, guys, that's the end of my story time. I know it's kind of long, but yeah, let me know if you guys want me to do more videos like this, because sis, I got a lot. I have a lot of stories. It's crazy. I have a lot of stories. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know I've been MIA for a minute, but I promise you guys that is going to change. I promise. I say this all the time, but I really am working on it. Every chance I get to do a YouTube video, I will do it. That's it for today, guys. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Press the bell for notifications. You know, like, share, you know, the whole enchilada.